Hey guys, Steve with Montana MuSINGS Outdoors, and it's a Sunday night live. I didn't put out a pre-announcement or anything. I was busy watching the football games, but um, there were some pretty good games today. So got the Seahawks and New England going into the Super Bowl, so it should be a good game. Um, the I don't know about what you guys think of Shot Show if you follow it much. I can't ever get down there. And hey, thanks for jumping in here, G23. It's kind of short notice, um, but too much football to watch today. So anyway, yeah, the Shot Show stuff is interesting. There's obviously some new ammo coming out. Um, Barnes has got some three different loads for the 6 ARC, which I shoot, so that's kind of going to be fun, I think. And hey, Eric 720, everything is going good here. So but yeah, I wouldn't mind trying that. But it's kind of when I see all these yeah, there was some cool stuff. I think it's like one guy I was watching said there's a lot of stuff that comes out, but it's like they're throwing something against the wall, seeing what sticks. A lot of it doesn't go anywhere. Um and some of it does though. So there's some new technology out there. I see Garmin has a new chronograph that's got a lot more built-in ballistics type stuff, I think, in the app. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that kind of stuff. If you're not very techy like me, I don't know how cool it is, but um, it's that kind of that part of the industry is going to keep growing and getting better, I think. So, um, but some of the new ammo, some more new 7 backcountry stuff, and um, obviously a lot of different new guns. It's new stocks, different designs. Um, just they got to change it up a little bit just to try to keep interest. So um, so you buy the next hot thing. But yeah, my 6.8 SPC2 is in the post office. I was not able to pick it up this weekend, so I'll have to be getting it tomorrow, which sucked. I could have been messing around with that this weekend, but um, Luke, although new Lee case trimmer tools look good. Well, yeah. As much as I love case trimming, new tools would be good. I hope they make it easier. So, because it's a pain. That's probably the worst job I hate doing with reloading. So, but uh, yeah, um, yeah. Anyway, and then as you may have seen, Eric has seen it for sure. Is the Peterson got that 6.8 Western brass out, but it's sold out already, and it's about the same price as the ADG stuff. I hope it's made as well as ADG. It'd be interesting to see how if a person could find out maybe a description of how they actually process it to see if it's going to have those little bit harder primer pockets to withstand higher pressures and that kind of thing. So um, IBC Winchester ammo. Yeah, that would, especially the bullets. I don't really care to try out the ammunition for what ammunition costs these days for 6.8 or 6.5 PC or any of them. It's $60 a box or more. So, but yeah, I would love to get the bullets, and I'm glad they are going to make them available. So, 175 grainers, that would be and what are they? 5.577, I think I saw, if I remember right. So they got a pretty high BC, yeah. So collaboration with Henderson case trimmer and will be about $600. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll probably still be cranking on this old Hornady thing I got here. So, by the looks of it, because yeah, after the 6.8 SPC and the 6 GT that's not even here yet, I'll be scraping bottom on the old cash bowl. So, um, But yeah, no, all these things are, they'll be fun. There'll be more, obviously, videos from the content creators that were able to go down there with more descriptions of what was out there. So I'm kind of anxious to kind of catch up on it that way. So that would be reloading fun. Did they come up with a case? Apparently they did. That's what G23 was saying. So that's a good thing. That's one thing. I've bought a lot of lease stuff and I've never had any issues with it, and it's always a little more budget minded. Um, I really don't know what the differences are. There. I guess the one thing I do notice is that you have that little guide that for when you're seating your, I guess when you're seating your bullets and stuff, that kind of guides it up in there to help prevent run out and stuff. But and um, I don't think that the Lee, I know they don't. They don't have that. So, but like I say, I've never had any issues with it. So, um, Mock Madness Media, welcome in. All right. So, yeah, there's yeah, a lot of things to think about what could be coming down the line, and it's just I wished I'd win the lottery so I could just go out and buy a bunch of it and try it out and have some fun. So, but you know, it's you're just gonna have to kind of live through other people's experiences, I guess, with it. So, and then decide what it is, the one thing you can't live without. So, um, but yeah, I don't know. I was thinking a lot about because usually I do a little 2A stuff here on Sunday, and with that shooting in Minneapolis and how I've seen the new video out and how they actually disarmed the guy before he got shot, and the other guys didn't know it, apparently, allegedly. Um, it just begs. Of course, we fight all the time for concealed carry rights and all that kind of stuff, and so you want people to be armed, but do you want to put yourself in a situation where you're antagonizing a federal agent or agents when you are armed? I think you're just asking for trouble. So, and that obviously is the case in this one. So, um, yeah, I mean, it's sad that things come to that point, but I just don't. I hope incidents like that won't harm our all the work we've done to get concealed carry as far as it's gone. I think what is it, 30 states now have um, permits, or like my state is just a constitutional carry. You don't have to have a permit. So yeah, you just hope things don't start going backwards. That's the only thing. So yeah, yeah, that would have obviously saved his life for sure. Maybe, depending on how ignorant he got with them guys. So, um, but yeah, you have to be smart. You have to be responsible. There's just so many things that go into it that just so even though he was unarmed, he was still resisting and tried to grab a law enforcement effort. Yeah, yeah, he just was not. He was being very agitating and causing all kinds of problems. So, um, yeah. Thanks for jumping in there and doing that, G23. So, have you looked up what the Arizona AG said in her interview with it? Really look it up. I did see something about it. I mean, she's basically calling for them, like the stand your ground thing, I believe is what you're talking about. Yeah, that's stand your ground doesn't really pertain to federal agents. I mean, how stupid are these people? So, yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of crazy people in leadership positions all over the country. I don't know. I'm hoping there's a huge shift coming. So, yeah. Terry Austin 9114. I love President Trump. Yeah. He's yeah. Yeah, I guess that is right. Yeah. So yeah, it's just just a kind of a crazy times we're living in right now. I just hope, like I say, I hope it doesn't take us backwards. And because you know how Congress is, something happens and they got to react, and they do the dumbest stuff. I'll tell you, they without thinking, they just got to have some kind of action, and that's just not good for any of us, I don't think. So they always do stuff without really thinking about everything else that's going to come along with it. So, and the one thing they don't ever consider is whose rights are they taking away in the process, So I think the Constitution is pretty clear. So, how do I feel about the Russian situation? I just kind of wish that thing would get over with without any more bloodshed. It's just, it's been a stalemate basically and it's only going to get worse because they're attacking each other in more personal type manners rather than militarily. So I think that's just going to make it worse. So I don't know. The Henderson TCBS trimmer is $700. With my Henderson, I use a DeWalt as a motor. It's the best trimmer I've used. Well, that's good. Yeah. I I got a couple of friends who are PRS shooters, and so they obviously have to load hundreds of rounds. And I can't remember what the new machine was that Grant. I've had Grant Osby on my podcast, and I can't remember what the company was because I wasn't familiar with it. But he said there's a new one out there that's really, really good. So I don't, but I'm sure it costs probably $1,000, $1,200 maybe. I don't know if those are 600 or 700. Yeah. Um, did I hear? Yeah, I'm getting a 6GT. Supposed to be. I'm thinking maybe March. Which is about. I'm still trying to save money for it now because I spent a little bit. So yeah, spent a little bit of my stash, my GT stash. But yeah, if it comes in March, we got our first PRS shoots in April. If the weather's good. So I'm excited to get that. I got the chassis for it from Aero Precision, which was a Blam, and there's nothing wrong with it other than the paint job on it they didn't like, and it's fine for me. I don't care. So I saved about $300 on that, and let's see. Yes, that's true. The and I've got pretty much everything else. I got my scope. I think I mentioned it before. I've got the Discovery Optics 5 to 25. It's not high end by any means, but neither am I anymore. But the from what the reviews, Josh at Pursuit of Accuracy says he likes it better than the Arkans, and I ran an Arkan 5 to 25 on my 6 Arc when I'm shooting PRS with it. So, and it works good, and he says this one's better. So, and I do like it. I haven't put it on anything. It's still in the box, but of course I've looked it over and kind of tested it out, and it's got good glass. It's got really good turrets. I'm kind of anxious to get it on there and try it out. So, what scope was that? Discovery Optics. It's a Chinese one, which I guess most of them are, but the 5 to 25 is, and they have a higher magnifications than that too. But for what I do, it's not really necessary. If most of the time you're not zooming past 18. So, and in that window, the more you get it out, stretched out to that 25, of course, then it's just magnifying whatever defects there are in there. So if you can run it at 18, I think you'll be good. What I bought was I bought a barrel from Grant Osby, that friend of mine, and he had a .90 straight 6mm barrel, and a gunsmith that he knows over in Kalispell had a Solus action, so he's spun that barrel up to match that Solus action and putting I think it's a Trigger Tech trigger in it, and that's pretty much it. So just stick it in that chassis and throw the scope on it and see how she does. So, and for a while there, Aero Precision had pretty good sales on their barreled action. So, and even that Solus action was on sale for $650. I'm thinking here right before Christmas. I think that's what it was, but not bad. What brand barrel is it? It's a Hawk Hill. Had somebody explain that to me in one of my earlier videos. Hawk Hill has been bought out or something to that effect by another company. So they're still there, but it's under a different name. And it's a single cut rifling, and it's supposed to be a high end barrel, and much higher end than I am. Like I say, I'm not high end, so I'm sure it'll shoot better than I do. Yeah. Single cut rifled. Yep. So yeah, it was just kind of a spur of the moment thing, which is kind of how I am. It's just, I was talking about it because now that I have the 6 ARC though, and they're coming out with the 6 ARC NAS3 cases for that. What the heck is the name of the company that I saw has that? It's not Badlands. There's another one, and they're coming out with the 6 ARC with that higher pressure cases. And I'm thinking, maybe those things would shoot, and get that. Like right now, I'm getting 20. I think it was 2730 with the 105s. I shoot Barnes 105s, and so I'm thinking with those higher pressure cases, I'm 2850 maybe, which is probably going to get it up there. Like I'm thinking that 6GT with the 26-inch barrel is going to be 2950 probably, and comfortably, so that it shoots good. So CRB, I think that sounds familiar. Somebody had mentioned, I think that's right. Yeah. So but yeah, 26-inch barrel on that, so I'm guessing 2950 without even pushing it. So and it should, they're pretty damn accurate, so should be a lot of fun. And of course, the 6 ARC that I have is a Howa Mini, so it's just got that mini action. It'll be nice to run a good heavy action and a heavier gun. It should make a big difference, I think. So yeah, me too. I was fortunate to have that buddy of mine that had one, so, and he was willing to part with it. So he had another one, and it was a 125, I think, or 120, but I opted for the 190. I think that with the 26, that'll be plenty heavy, and I can always add weights to the chassis if I need to. So should be good. And I think if that Trigger Tech trigger will get down to a pound, I'm sure they go down to a pound at least. That would be too, because I'm running that 6 ARC as low as it goes is 2.5. So not the greatest for that kind of stuff, but barrels like that make all the difference, like Krieger and Bartlane. Yeah, for sure. Yep. That should be, and the barrel life on a 6GT should be pretty good. I think with that 6 ARC, there's no doubt that you could probably get 4,000 rounds out of that, and I'm guessing that 6GT should get 3,000, hopefully. So that would be good. Did you see the new chassis from Backfire? I did, and that thing actually looks pretty nice. I kind of like the idea of having the folder. I wish this one I had was a folder actually. That Everly stock Spectre pack would be really nice for that folding stock and running around at these PRS matches where you got quite a bit of distance between stages. So that would be good. I do have the gun runner, it works pretty good. I just use it to carry because I could bring my tripods and everything with that. So I use the rifle scabbard for my tripod, and then it's got another pocket for my camera tripod. So I'm packing all kinds of stuff that I don't really, some stuff I don't need, but you do need the tripod. So, uh, let's see. You like the new Smith & Wesson 308? I have not seen it yet. Everything Loud has a gun runner as well. Yeah. I think the gun runner 2 might have been a better purchase, but like I say, I'm always short of money, so I went with the cheaper one. So, uh, let's see. It looks real nice. I have a Hunt 26 with a folder, and I love it, but I want to try this. Yeah, yeah, I like it. It looks interesting. Obviously, they do shoot a lot, and they've been around a lot of people that could give them ideas for the development they went into this thing. So, um, yeah, that's one thing that I did kind of like out of what Jim was showing, and I wouldn't even mind trying one of his butt pads too. I guess they work pretty good, but I don't have anything that really kicks hard. So, you know, heaviest shooting gun I got is the 6.8 Western, and it's not bad. So, um, let's see. I subbed. Oh, hey, thanks, buddy. Um, I also have a gunner. He said half the price also, which is awesome. Yeah, because a lot of them are running what, $1,000 or something or more. I really like. I think the one I got originally was like $800, and I got it for 800 and something, and I got it for 500 and something. I can't remember the number, 535, I think. Um, but it's got the ARCA built in on the bottom and everything. I mean, it's nice. It'll be great. It's such an upgrade from what I got now. It's not even funny. So, um, let's see. I paid 1,700 for the 26 with a folder. Wow. Is that what does the folding part stock add to that cost? Is it 200 or 300 bucks or something on that order? So, um, yeah, and a lot of these things are just making more modular now too, so you can make them into something else later down the road, which would be great. So, but anyway, yeah, if you guys like, obviously coming up here pretty soon, I'm going to be throwing that 6.8 SPC back. What rifle do you use now for PRS? So now I use the Howa Mini 1500 with the Oryx chassis and in 6 arc, and it shoots really good. I mean, I even with match ammo, I shot some match. I've shot the 108s that have been maybe an inch or maybe a hair more, sometimes a little under. The 105s shoot better in this particular gun, and I've heard that from other people too. So I don't know why that is, but the 105 shoot good, and I've been shooting Barnes 105s, and the 6 GT I'm gonna be shooting Barnes 112s. And I did see that is it Spear? No, not Spear. Sierra, I think, has come out with a 116 6mm tipped bullet, which would be really good for either 6 Creedmoor or possibly 6 GT, um, without losing too much velocity. So we'll let's see the Henry 3030. You gotta have one somewhere. Well, I don't have a Henry. I used to have a Marlin, but my son's got that now. So um, it's it's always something that you would really. It's one of those wants, but it's not a need. So right now I don't have one. So yeah, yeah. So 6 arc is fun. I mean, if it's and then when I first got into 6 arc, I had it in a gas gun, and it was a 20-inch barrel, and I got it from this company in, I think it was South Carolina or something, Atheris Rifle Company. It's one of my first videos. Got like 16,000 views on it. My first gun videos, and It shoots really good, but the company was really struggling. I had Grant ordered one of them uppers from them, and it took them over a year to get it, and they didn't even send it with the bolt. So they were really having some issues, and so definitely stay away from them. But the stuff that they did put out was darn good, and that gas gun shot not quite as good as my bolt gun, but it was really close. So I used it for PRS when I first got started. So, um, and to be honest, where everything is timed, and when you're old and you're not quite as agile as you used to be, I'm almost thinking a gas gun would be all right again. So, because it just saves some time. So, um, yeah. But anyway, guys, I think that's probably a long enough one for tonight. But hope you guys have a good week next week, and make sure you be safe. If you're in any of them places where this winter storm is rough, just be safe, stay warm. Don't go out if you don't have to. So we're lucky here. We've been really cold, but it's yep, good. See you later, G23. But it's starting to warm up a little bit here now, so we've got some southwest winds. But anyway, guys, thanks a bunch for jumping in here, and we'll catch you in the next one. So see you later.